10 burpees, 5 pull-ups, 10 box jumps, 25 box squats. We'll end with some deadlifts, 40-pound weighted vest. Let's go. All right, so I cut the hyperlapse a little early on the workout. Tired, not thinking, so you didn't get to see the deadlifts. But they were there. Box jumps too. 10 was ambitious with a 40-pound vest, so I did 5. Found out I need to work on some weighted pull-ups. Do that more often. Had to use a band towards the end. 5 was rough. Arrows, what we've been talking about. This is what I've been shooting. Ultra View, 1Ks, 250 spine, 10 GPIs. I don't think I really realized how heavy these were. 500 grains for the total setup. The new build, what I'm excited about, we're looking at like 415-ish, 417-ish, somewhere in that range. Easton 5.0s, 250 spine, 9.5 GPI. They're cut to like 27.25-ish, somewhere right in there. Podium Archer 30 grain titanium outsert. The Easton match grade field points, they're 17/64, I think is what matches up with that collar. It's what those are, 100 grain. No lighted knock. I may run that for hunting setup, but just for like target and videos and stuff, I don't think I'm going to run a lighted knock. Especially shooting with buddies and shooting at tack, somebody's going to bust it. So it is what it is. DCA Super Sabres, they come out to like 21 grains, so should be close to about 415, 417 like we said. I'm shooting a Hoyt VTM 34, 80 pounds. Just checked the draw weight the other day when we were looking at some cam timing. 80 pounds, 29-inch draw. So not short, but not long. I think it's average, honestly. I think that's what the average is. So fletch and arrows, getting this setup rolling. I'm just figuring this out, really. I'm gonna shoot a left helical, 3 degrees, because from what I've read, like 3 degrees on this O&P is more like 2.5, which is where those Sabres want to be anyway. So that's what we're doing. I'm not doing this because I know what I'm doing it because I don't, and I want to figure it out. There's tons of videos that I've watched over the years of guys learning how to do stuff, and I've never really put it into practice. So I don't know what I'm doing, but I figured what better way to figure it out than do it on camera. See if we can make something out of this. So let's do it. This O&P jig, I really like it. As far as the ease of use, I feel like it's pretty easy as soon as you kind of like read the directions and just get like a general understanding of what's going on. The one kind of critique that I would have is this, where the knot goes. You have to be kind of really careful about when you're seating this clamp, or even in between fletchings, that this arrow doesn't like shift out slightly. It doesn't hold in there super firm. So kind of like as you're bringing your clamp down and getting things set, you want to kind of like make sure that your knock stays buried down in here. I've had a couple issues with that, where since I don't really know what I'm doing, I'm kind of paying attention to other stuff, didn't really notice it come out. Fletching's off slightly, and I'm kind of OCD with that stuff, so I had to redo it. So I've got 1 out of 12 done to this point. So I'm going primer pin. It's the AAE Max Weld. I should mark this with a Sharpie where I want it, but I've kind of got it. So I've got at least that figured out. Just Bob Smith super glue. I think it might be the quick dry. That's the other thing too, is figuring out how much exactly to put on these veins so that it comes out relatively clean without super glue all over the place, but yet enough to stick. Here we go. Clamp that on there. Kind of hold it, let it seat 5-10 seconds. We'll let it dry. 30, 45, something in that range. I think it's probably a little overkill, but just to make sure everything's seated. Once we get these arrows set up, I've got to get a bow restrung, retuned, all the stuff that goes with that, and then we'll start shooting these arrows. Get a new sight tape, get everything set up. We'll have some videos coming with that. I was talking about the marathon a little while ago for Kentucky Derby that I was going to run, and I found out that I'm going to get my black belt in jiu-jitsu that same weekend. So can't do the marathon, but for a good, pretty cool reason, at least to me. So into the April, I'll be doing that. Excited about it. You'll see some jiu-jitsu stuff in here too, just because that's another huge part of my life, my kids' lives, my wife's life. We have a business, Crazy Jiu-Jitsu of Indiana. Check it out. That's it. Catch you guys on the next one.